Welcome to the Mother Daughter-ish podcast. It's your mama's favorite podcast.
And the podcast your daughter always wanted.
This is Miss Dawn.
And Angelique.
From the 713. Houston, y'all. Get connected and stay connected weekly as new shows debut on Sunday, Wednesday, and please check out our Saturday Out and About showcases.
Enjoy the show. Please subscribe, like, share, comment, and tell every woman on the planet that you know about our show.
Here's our show for today.
Everything's better. Mother and daughter, oh, they're the greatest duo. Mother and daughter, oh, they're the greatest duo.
Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowances made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. It is illegal to make a false copyright claim, and such actions may lead to our party seeking compensation for losses. This video was created and published by the Mother Daughter-ish show in their personal capacity. The opinions expressed in this video are the creator's own and should not be taken as a definitive fact. The validity of any evidence provided should be independently consulted and researched and resource verified for authenticity. And the Mother Daughter-ish show takes no responsibility for the actions of those viewing this video.
Thank you so kindly.
Happy February the 27th. Can you believe we have one more day in this month?
I can't, but I can because my birthday coming up.
I guess so. We've had so much activity this month, though. It's like, Miami trip, Peyton's birthday, the Super Bowl happened. There's been just to Valentine's Day. It's just been too much excitement for the whole month. And today is a very cute little holiday. I always see little kids with, instead of like regular teddy bear stuffed animals, they always have like a bunny or a polar bear or something. But on the 27th of February, today is Polar Bear Day. Want to know a couple of facts about polar bears?
Sure.
They have a great sense of smell, which is not good for us because they can hunt us down. They can live in land and water, so we can't run into the water to try to run from them because it said they run real fast on land and even faster in water, and they can live up to 30 years. So basically, you don't stand a chance to try to run from a polar bear because he gonna get you, she gonna get you.
I didn't even pay attention, but they probably got them webbed, whatever.
I don't think they would have webbed, but I think they would have very long, thick claws that would go through your entire body.
Well, I mean, to swim. Don't they have, wouldn't you think? Let me look that up. Because when we was at Miami.
I don't think so, only because they're so hairy. I would imagine that the hair would protect the paw. I don't know. But that sounds very scary that you would think that you could run into the water to get away from them, and then they get in that water and just be like a boat in it. Do they?
It's hard to tell because there's so much hair.
That's what I've always
seen. It
seen.
says a polar bear has webbed feet to help them swim. It also helps to, oh yeah, you can see it. That's what I thought. If because like those dogs we saw in Miami, I've never seen a dog with webbed paws. Me and Peyton was so, I still got that video. I'll still be showing people. It was some beautiful dogs from the Canaan Island, somebody's island. Anyway, you see, I'm not impressed, right? I
was more impressed at looking at what the dog's daddy looked like.
Oh yeah, that too. Yeah, that man has some nice teeth.
Yeah, y'all kept telling me how pretty he was.
I was all in his mouth, but anyway.
Where'd you say he was from?
I don't know. It sounded like he was from the islands. He reminded me of, what's that guy?
Dijon, the one that was married to Russell Simmons' ex-wife.
Yeah, him. That's
Dijon Hansu.
I was gonna say it's not Seal. It's another chocolate man.
He's a gorgeous man. That is a gorgeous man with some beautiful teeth. I don't know what he looks like now because I haven't seen him in years, but that right there is a gorgeous man. Now he's from somewhere in South Africa, I believe. He's not from the Caribbean, but it's all the same.
Mm-hmm.
So today we're going to have a very short conversation because I know zero about what I'm about to talk about. I know from a certain perspective though, but we are going to talk about sports. Okay, on a scale from 1 to 10, how much do you care about sports, Angie? The actual sport, not the guys who play it.
Well, since you said that, probably like a 5. Because I'm in between. Like, I'm more into basketball than football.
Mm-hmm.
And Yeah.
I care about sports on a level of zero, negative zero. I'm gonna tell you why. Now, there are certain aspects of sports that I can care about because in 2004 I did, bless you. In 2004 I did get a chance to volunteer for the Super Bowl that was here in Houston, and it was just kind of like a fluke. I had an associate who worked for Shell Oil Company, and they were one of the sponsors of the Super Bowl, the hosting part of it, which was in charge of knowing about the celebrity chef events, the celebrity, all the celebrity events, okay, for all the celebrities that were coming into town and all of the football players and all the parties and all that stuff. And because I had a lot of volunteers in my nonprofit organization, they asked if I wanted to volunteer to manage all of their volunteers, the ones that were volunteering for the Super Bowl, to help with like showing people where to sit and hosting and meeting and greeting and things like that. So I think I had like about 75 to 80 people that I was managing as far as like on the hosting team. And so I'll tell you, at first I almost said no, that I did not want to volunteer to do it because I don't like sports like that.
Yeah.
But then I thought about it. I better be smart. And I looked at the opportunity, and the opportunity was getting to meet so many unique and different people, and especially going to the events for the celebrity chefs and stuff, because they had probably like about 7 or 8 different celebrity chefs that they had flew in from all around the world. Really, really cute ones, by the way. And so I looked at the opportunity for that. But then also I was looking at the opportunity of all of the different celebrities and different people that were going to come to the event. And I got an opportunity to attend the event, not as a volunteer, not as a host, not as a helper, just an opportunity to go. And then I even got a chance to go to the cook-off, to the point that I still have the apron that they gave us. I have an apron that says Super Bowl, whatever, and it says cook off or whatever. And it's a really, really, really nice. And I kept it as like a piece of memorabilia. We also got another bag that had like Super Bowl handkerchiefs in there, like about 10 of those, little seat covers, flags, all kind of stuff. So it was very rewarding to be able to meet some of the football players. I mean, none that I was interested in, but just as to say, hi, welcome to, Houston or whatever. Some of the after parties were absolutely wild. A lot of the day parties were wild as well, but it was just good to kind of meet the professional end of the football spectrum of it, and not just the players, and not just people trying to hook up or whatever. But I got a chance to meet a lot of people, just like I used to volunteer for the Houston Marathon. Did you know that? I volunteered for 5 years in a row as a hostess for the Houston Marathon down at the convention center as well. And it was 1 year I volunteered with the guy who owns the Montreal Motors. 1 year I volunteered with some people from Enron. 1 year I volunteered with a bunch of just different CEOs of different companies. And, the only thing we had to do was greet, and they were volunteering as well. So even though they're CEOs of their companies too, they were volunteering just like me. And we got a chance to meet and greet the volunteers that were running in the races. And then every year after the race would happen, like that Saturday or Sunday next day or whatever, they would then give us a big, huge volunteer dinner. And it would be so awesome. They would do a dinner the night before the marathon, and then a dinner after to thank all the volunteers and stuff. So when I was out there networking, I networked very significantly, meaning that I wanted to meet other CEOs, and I wanted to meet people that would, fund, different things with our nonprofit, and, helping people to get high power jobs and things like that. So when I volunteered, it was always very specific on, having a real specific reason to want to really meet people. But when it comes to sports, the actual action of it, I don't know anything. Somebody asked me if I knew who was playing in the Super Bowl. I said, I don't know if it's the Rockets or the Dodgers. I don't know. I don't know who playing. I just don't. I just don't even.
Different sports, but
I'm just saying that's how much I
know.
don't know about sports. But even when Josh played baseball, I took one for the team one time and was like, I'm not doing this anymore. It was so interestingly boring.
But the baseball games are long. Because my friend Emerald told me
their practices was long. This was a practice I went to, and I was just like out of my mind. I was just like, I don't get it. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what to do. I'll never forget when he played football. And we used to try to go to his football games.
Yeah.
I'm so glad it was one mother that was there that will always let us know who made a point. She's like, girl, that's your son. He made a point. Oh, I don't know what's going on. I have no idea. Basketball, I don't know. I don't know how many points you get. I don't know what, too many things are. I've never been interested in sports at that level. Now, when I was in middle school and stuff, I played volleyball, but never on a serious level where I was trying to like kick the ball into somebody's chest or like I'm not into competitive sports like that. It doesn't bring me joy. It doesn't bring me happiness. Doesn't bring any little twinkle in my eyes.
Mm-hmm.
I admire the people that put their bodies and their strength and their enthusiasm and all of that on the line for the sport. So I respect them and, all of that. But I've never been one to love sports. And I've dated people who were in sports, and to the point that I asked so many questions, they were like, please don't talk. Because I don't know what's going on. So I just never got involved in trying to figure out. And I do know some women that are like, you know what, I like these type of guys. So I'm going to learn everything I need to know about football so that I will have something in common to talk with about my, with my boyfriend who plays football, basketball, baseball, soccer, whatever. So I'm going to learn everything I can about that sport. And I'm just like, well, that's good for you. I'm not going to do that. What's your stance on the sports thing? Did you try to learn certain little things so that you can fit in, or what?
Not to fit in. I just was curious about learning about it in general. I know the last time I remember being crazy about sports period was like 2009 summer. I think it was before or after I came back from that people to people trip. But I remember the Lakers and the Celtics were playing at the playoffs or something. And I was really into it then. But I mean, I can sit and watch basketball and know what's going on for like 90% of the time. But football, I mean, I can still watch it, but I'm gonna be asking questions and stuff. I just I just can't sit there and watch it all day. But
I don't even want it on my TV.
I even get the app on ESPN. Like when I used to want to keep up to date with it, it'll tell me who won and all of this stuff. But I'm just now learning who won, who's going to the Super Bowl in the first place. I like that Odell, what's his name? Odell?
No, ma'am.
Odell Beckham. He's he switched to another team and he made it to the Super Bowl now, so that's cool.
No, ma'am.
And he the one with a baby on the way? You don't even know. Never mind.
You see, I keep shaking my head, going, no, ma'am, no, ma'am, no, ma'am. So that's my level of knowing about sports. I really don't know anything about it, and I'll be quite honest with you. I don't want to have those conversations with men like that.
What would you do if your future husband was a sports fanatic and you know?
Well, I would hope that he would have a lot of friends he could talk to that about and turn it off when he get to the door. Turn it off when you get to the door and you can go into your man cave and watch sports, but don't ever expect that out of me. Like, for example, I would never expect out of my husband for him to come and watch the lady in the window across the street from the woman at whatever.
Mob radio.
Yeah, or none of that stuff. I would never expect for him to sit down and watch Lifetime with me or any of the bloggers that I just don't want that level of expectation. So hopefully if he was a sports lover, or if he loved golf or something like that, that then you would have friends that you could talk to that about. Because don't get me wrong, I'll come and sit and support, but don't ask me no questions about it. Like, don't ask
That's
me.
Like Carlos and Miller.
Huh? What did he say?
Well, he was like, you he said, you in too deep with the girl when she got you binge watching Scandal. He didn't know nothing about Scandal.
And that's something right there I would not do to my man unless he was like, no, I want to see what type of shows you like to watch. Like, I like that actor or that actress as well. I will watch this. This will be our show that we watch together. Then I'd be like, okay, are you sure? Yeah, okay, great.
Yeah.
But with that, I'll have to thread really, really lightly, because don't be trying to get me to watch no sports because you took one for the team on Scandal.
I had my ex watching Housewives. I mean, he was into the drama like I was. Like, looking, like every time something crazy happened, he'd be looking at me.
I think that's emasculating to make a man watch Housewives. Like,
I just happened to watch it and you walked in on the room, and now you asking questions, and now you're not no more because you're caught up.
I can't imagine it. I just cannot imagine me
especially
watching
How to Get Away with Murder.
Yeah, I cannot imagine me watching let's just say The Young and the Restless or something, and my dude come in and wants to watch it with me, I would really question you and be like, you look, this who I'm following? This who leading this household? I'm gonna start questioning your ability to lead this household by
Hey,
what
but
you
sometimes when you got a lot going on, whether if it's in your head or your household or whatever, it's nice to get in other people's business for a little bit.
Not like that, not like that, not like that, not like that. Now I can understand maybe the housewives because there are husbands on there.
Yeah.
You know, like when they had Peter, when Peter was married to Cynthia, I guess. And
Yeah.
he was on there because he was into it more than some of the women on there. He was like,
He was way into the women's drama. That was,
that's what I'm
he
saying.
didn't like
So
that.
yeah, so I don't know. I do judge people by the shows that they watch because I'm just like trying to figure out what is your mind on? Like, what are you thinking about that you need to watch these polygamy shows, Angie?
This one girl on TikTok, she's like, people think I'm listening to country music, but I'm really listening to serial killer crime podcasts. And I was like,
Oh, on her thing.
that sounds like me.
Yeah, I can't listen to those.
Once I start, I watch that all day. Especially them interrogations on YouTube.
Oh no, those right there probably make me nervous. Be like, I
think it's because I have like a little bit of me that either wanted to be a lawyer or a private investigator. So I'd be thinking I can solve something or find something that ain't nobody pointing out.
Oh my goodness. So you be trying to solve the crime right along with them?
Oh yeah, if I had a clipboard, I'd probably be writing all kind of stuff down. That's why I gotta watch myself.
Exactly, because you sound like you're crazy. But what's your favorite thing about your favorite sport?
I don't really think I have one, but I do know that I like golf now. So I think I want to start taking that serious and go golfing. Yeah. It's really fun. And
I guess if I was forced to go to a sports game,
I've always wanted to go to basketball, like,
and I was forced, I could go to a hockey game.
I heard they'd be really fighting for blood. I had a friend, Brian, told me he was showing me some videos. They'd be fighting. They let them fight. You know, sometimes they break it up during basketball.
I could go to a hockey game because that's on ice and that's kind of almost like ice skating, but with a little bit of puck and all that. I'll tell you two things that I like watching on TV every winter when I had cable. I don't have cable now, so I'll have to like specifically go and find it on YouTube and find the clips. And they consider this a sport too, but I love to watch the snowmobiling competitions. I love to watch the motocross on the little motorcycles. I like to watch the motocross competitions. I like that kind of stuff. But the snowmobiling and the skiing competitions, I could watch that all day long. When I had cable, and it was I don't know if it's like a whole season full of it where you could just watch they'd be like getting awards and stuff, like this was like a part of sports. I would just keep that on the TV all day long and watch it. But the snowmobiling ones, ooh, those are so good. And the motocross with the motorcycles where they go all in the dirt and over the humps and all that stuff, man, I like that. Now that's as deep in a sports activity that I could get. So I could stand hockey, I could stand the snowmobiling competitions, and I can stand the ski competition. Remember that movie we watched with Molly's Game? Remember how it started off and she was a world-renowned skier? I love that it started off like that because I was like, ooh, it's so taxing on the body and you got to be really coordinated to be a good skier. Remember I was telling you I like watching what's Kris Kardashian boyfriend name?
Corey Gamble.
I like watching his page. I'm not a friend of his or I'm not connected to him like that, but every winter I always go to his page. The boy can ski his rump off.
And that's the family thing to do every year.
That boy can
go to the same cabin.
And what I like about it is he has a guy that follows him with the GoPro camera to catch all of his stuff. So you know it's not fake. The boy, let me tell you, the boy can ski.
He beating on the table.
I'm telling you, the man can ski. Like, it's so
I wonder if he knew how to
impressive.
do that before he met her, or because they do that
I
every
don't know,
year.
but you could take ski school when you go to any kind of thing. Like when you go to do snowmobile and all that, they always have ski school and they teach you how to do certain things. It's all about being coordinated, and you do it with an instructor before they let you loose. Let me tell you something about Corey Gamble. About a month ago, no, right after Christmas, when it really started snowing up in, because they go to Aspen all the time. Like one year, me and Peyton was in snowmass right near Aspen, and the Kardashians were in town the same time because they made the newspaper right next to our Mini Cooper group that made the newspaper that was in town. They were there for a charity event. We were there for our car event. And let me tell you something. Every year I go to his page, and I don't know how I just automatically remember, but every year I go find somebody who connected to his, because I always forget his name. I never remember his name is Corey Gamble. But let me tell you something. I go to his page every year during the winter time just to see what he's doing on the slopes. Like, I've already gone this year, and I know one Saturday I spent like 2 hours looking at his new ski stuff. Every season, every winter season, he gets over to Aspen, and I'm telling you, he get on the slopes, and when I say kill it, he's killing it. He know how to do all kind of little tricks.
I believe that. He ain't got no choice because they go every year. I'm telling you, I'm on season 7 of Keeping Up Kardashian.
But it makes me wonder, did he know how to do it before her? Or did after he got with her, he started taking like extensive, exclusive lessons, and he got better? Because the way he ski is like a kid who's been skiing since they was a little kid.
Yeah.
He's good. He's really, really, really good. I always have to go on there and be like hidden light because it's so impressive. But that's really cool to me. I know last year when me and Peyton went to Colorado. Yeah, we went to Colorado, I think Copper Mountain. Yeah, Colorado. And we saw a bunch of people in the van. Actually, I thought one of the dudes was Corey because he looked just like him. And they were talking to me and Peyton and, telling us, hey, you guys are going to have fun on the snowmobiles. We just did it. It was awesome. They were just talking to us or whatever. And I was just like, man, that looked just like Corey. And I don't know if it was or wasn't him. But I told Peyton, I said, that looked just like Corey Gamble. And she was like, nah, that probably wasn't him. But I was like, you don't ever know, because they was in a private van and everything. Exclusive. They were like exclusive. So, for most skiers, one thing I do know about them is they'll go to different areas, different slopes, and they'll try different little tricks and all that stuff. But my 2 favorite things to do when I do finally get in the snow, just to take one for the team every year, I like to go snow tubing and I like to go snowmobiling. Anything else, I'm just kind of like, I don't have to do it. I do like that in Park City, Utah, there's a roller coaster that goes through the snowy mountain that we've done before. And it's not a regular roller coaster where you're sitting next to each other. You're on your own contraption roller coaster unit by yourself. And you push the thing depending on how fast you want to go. So if you keep it right here, you're slow. The more you push it, the faster you go around the thing.
Oh, I see.
So that was really cool because I was able to take my camera and put it on the little monkey bar thing. And then I was able to, do the camera the whole time. And I think Peyton and Savon were in front of me. So I was able to get them on camera as well. But it was really, really, really cool to go around the little thing. Now, I can't wait until I can go to Switzerland because they have so many things I want to do. So many roller coasters in the snow and so many train rides through the mountains. I just cannot wait to go to Switzerland. I remember when Tennille used to go to Switzerland to see, what's his name? Marcus. I used to always ask her, did you get a chance to do this? Did you? And she didn't ever get to do some of the stuff I was asking her, but I was like, man, I can't wait to go to Switzerland to be able to do all the adventure stuff that they have. But that's as much as I know about any type of competitive type of sports, would be the snowmobiling, the skiing competitions, and the dirt bike competitions. Other than that, my knowledge on soccer is 0. My knowledge on basketball is at a 1. My knowledge on baseball is a 0. My knowledge on football is a 0. What other sport is there?
I mean, there's a lot, but yeah, I see what you mean.
Yeah, when it comes to professional sports, I don't.
Never thought about going to a soccer game.
No, but when the spring comes, if you want to go see some soccer, just go right down here to the park down here. They're there every Saturday and Sunday.
Well, I mean like a professional one, like a
Do we still have a soccer team in Houston? Because we used to have
The Dynamo one.
the Dynamos, and then we had the girl one.
Oh,
There
I
was a
didn't know
girl.
that.
Yeah, we had a female one too.
Hmm.
But I don't know if the Dynamos are still doing their thing because I literally haven't heard the name Dynamo in probably 5 years.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah, so I
That's a
don't know
good
if they're still
question.
got their thing going on. As a matter of fact, I don't even know if they still have a hockey team here because it used to be on 249 and they closed their practice building down.
Oh. Hmm.
So either they moved or we no longer have a hockey team. I don't know the name of them. Yeah, I don't know.
Soccer
I don't
players
know.
do be fine.
I'm still not going to your game. I don't care how fine you are. All righty. Well, that's our very short show on sports since neither of us know anything. I would say in the comments, tell us something about sports, but I'm not even going to encourage that because I won't know what you're talking about.
I mean, we'll comment back, but we just won't know.
We just won't know. Look, we'll be like, oh, okay, thanks. Because I won't know. Somebody asked me something about right when the Super Bowl was getting ready to come the weekend of the 13th, a couple weeks ago. They were asking like who's playing, and I was like, I think you need to go on Google because you asking the wrong person. I don't even know what city. I didn't know nothing. So if it ain't coming to Houston, I don't know.
Right.
Crazy. All righty. Well, that's our show on the little bit of sports that we don't know, just to kind of give you a breakdown. But again, I am happy that I did get an opportunity to volunteer in the Super Bowl that was here in Houston. It was a great opportunity. I will be honest, if the Super Bowl came back to town and I was asked to volunteer again, I wouldn't.
No,
I wouldn't do it. I think it's one of those things where you leave the one-time opportunity as, just like sweet as the way it was, and you let somebody else get that opportunity now because I'm not in that same headspace as
one-time thing.
yeah, that was 2004. Look how long ago that was. Look how new my business is, and all that stuff was only 5 or 6 years old. So it was like meet everybody that you can.
Yeah.
And also I forgot to tell you, one year I did partake in multiple parties for the, what they call that thing when it's basketball season.
All-Star.
There you go. All-Star.
When they came to Houston, it was lit.
That's what I'm telling you. And the only thing that disappointed me is, what's that girl named Jennifer Williams brought out a new makeup line, and she was supposed to be over at this bar, and she didn't even show up, and she had people lined up to see her to buy her makeup and everything. I actually was going to buy some of her makeup.
Because her makeup looks good.
Yes, I was going to buy some of her makeup to support her, and she didn't show up. She didn't call and say why. She just was a literal no-show, got the money, and didn't show up.
A lot of people doing that, and they won't say nothing until they get called out or something, but that's ridiculous.
I don't know, but I'm so glad that there were other vendors there that I could support, because I went to support. I didn't just go to meet her because, meeting her and greeting her and getting an autograph, I'm not interested in that. But I just thought because, she was somebody who was on TV. She had beautiful makeup on her own. She had created this beautiful makeup line. But for her to be a no-show, I was turned off and was like, I don't care if I ever, buy anything from that particular thing. So I did participate in some of the parties, and I'm telling you, that weekend was a hot weekend as far as parties and being invited places and all the bars that I got to go to. And a lot of those places I literally went by myself. Because
the last one they had was horrible.
I don't like asking people to go places and then they don't want to do nothing. And it's like, you think I'm gonna sit around and wait for you? No, I got in my car and I drove to all of those different events by myself. And the good thing is, since I don't drink or anything, I wasn't worrying about getting drunk and not being able to drive all the way back home because everything was way far.
Yeah.
But I had a really great time that Super Bowl. We got to meet a whole lot of different people, just men, women, just all kinds of people, to get to know or whatever. But so I have done that. But as far as anything else sports wise, that's it. I used to even take one for the team and I would watch the Super Bowl just to see the commercials. But in the last 3 to 5 years, the commercials got so horrible that I even stopped doing that. So they may have gotten better in the last 2 to 3 years, but I just don't even partake in that part anymore. I just really don't like sports so much that I'm not willing to take it for the team now. It's like
a lot changed after 2012. I think around that time is when they started getting really corny, like more and more cornier. But
think the
did they ever tell
cutest
you who was gonna
commercial,
perform?
as I can remember, the cutest commercial that I saw was the Dorito commercial when the
Yeah.
the guy was on the date and she introduced to her son and he said, "Did you touch my mama?"
Yeah.
And then he snatched them Doritos from her. That was the cutest little commercial. And there's been other cute ones, but you know,
Did they
nothing that.
say who's gonna be performing at the Super Bowl?
Well, the Super Bowl already happened, so I mean, I didn't watch it, so I don't know who performed. The
Are
Super
you
Bowl was
joking?
the Super Bowl was on the 13th. Today is the 27th. So
Oh, well, yeah.
yeah, so I don't even know. When they first announced it, I know they said
I don't know
Mary
why I thought it was
J.
always.
No, it's
Oh,
always.
I'm getting that.
I used to think it was the first Sunday of every February, but apparently it's the second the second Sunday of every February. But
I never
so
pay
with today,
attention really to the Super Bowl, but the parties are always fun.
I don't know. I haven't gotten invited to any of them because
Hopefully, I go to some this year. I mean, well, I would say next year.
2023.
Yeah.
And
Probably playing a little bit
they've
more ahead.
already announced where it's going to be held. I just don't know where it's going to be held. But they bid out 2 to 5 years, so they already know where it's going to be in 23 and 24. I'm sure, and then they'll do another coin toss, and then they'll know
Where
it's
was it
gonna
at
be
this
again.
year?
I don't. I just told you.
No.
I don't know. I don't even know. I don't know who played. I don't know who was in the halftime. I didn't hear anything about the commercials. Obviously, they weren't that funny then, and I don't know. I can't tell you who won. I can't tell you nothing. It's just like a blip on the radar. I don't know. But that's our unknowledge about sports for today. And if you have any tips that you want to give us on being able to tolerate more sports, or if you have any comments on, this is what I want to know. Do you watch any of the snowmobile competitions, any of the skiing competitions,
No, I
or
never thought of that.
or any of the motocross competitions? Let me know, because sometimes I'll be feeling like I'm the only one watching those things, but then when you talk to other people, they be like, yeah, I watched it too, but I ain't think nobody watched it. So here we all are thinking nobody's watching it, but then there's a whole group of people who actually like it. And I know it seems kind of weird, but those are my 3 competitions that I really, really like. I used to be able to tolerate volleyball, and I can't even tolerate that anymore. But when it comes to competitions, I do love the snowmobiling, the motocross, and the skiing competitions. I could literally sit and, of course, I'm always going to be doing something while I'm watching TV because I don't ever just dedicate 100% of my energy to it. But I could watch that on TV all day long, or put it on the big screen and just be like, have that as whatever's on for the day in the house. It's very interesting. Very, very, very interesting. Right now on Instagram, I'm probably on about 5 different snowmobile websites, because there's like snowmobile clubs and stuff.
Oh yeah.
But then also I'm on all of the ski resorts that I've been to before. I'm on all of their sites. So right now I'm inundated with seeing snowmobiling and all that stuff just from being on those sites. That's what keeps me motivated every year. And I get out and have to go snowmobiling myself, because it's like, and that's something that we've got coming up here, and during your birthday is a couple of snowmobile trips, so that we can get that done with for the before the spring kicks in, because I think the last day that you can go snowmobiling is like the last day of March, and then they start preparing everything for the dune buggies and all the dry land type stuff. All righty then, Angie, that's our show for today. And for those of you who would like to support our show, it is Cash App MDI Podcast. Thank you for our new subscribers. Thank you for the comments, and thank you for listening to our show and letting us know that you're enjoying it and putting your comments down in the comment section. And we appreciate you listening to the Mother Daughter-ish podcast.
Yes, keep liking and sharing, and we're just seeing the comments as they come. So keep it up.
Absolutely. And until next time, bye for now.
Bye.